Okay, so this is our very first podcast. Welcome to Ring Talk 12. Named aptly after the social media channel Ringwalk Media 12. And this is the Unsung Heroes edition. We're going to do 10 podcasts with the Unsung Heroes of Boxing, proudly sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks. Without Hype, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast, so we thank Hype very much for investing in real boxing and real people. I'm very, very proud to introduce you to a man that has helped so many people become decent people and just got them on the right path, even if it's outside of boxing. Congratulations to see Mr. Mick Jelley. Mick, fantastic to see you.
Nice to see you, Ronald. We're still here and we're still going.
We are, mate, we are.
We'll talk about the history of the club and what boys and girls we've brought through. It's not just about bringing boxers through, it's about the youth in the town, and they come not just from our town. I have boys travel 30-40 miles to my club to come and train with me, and it's lovely. I've been doing it now 60 years, and
Wow.
I've enjoyed every minute of it.
That's a long time, 60 years, mate.
Well, it's not a long time. It's
It's older than me.
well, you know, my father did it before me. He run the club. The club opened in 1936 in my dad's garage next door to my house now.
And this is Bury ABC.
Yeah, and we've been in 17 different homes since we started the club up.
Wow.
We've moved 17 times. It's been very hard at times to keep going. My father we were in the YMCA for 25 years.
Yeah.
And at one time there were only one boy coming up, and my mum said to my dad, "Why are you keeping going?" He said, "Well,
It's all right, mate. It's tough. It's tough, isn't it?
long as there's only one boy coming up," he said, "I'll keep going." And
Yep.
then I started helping him, and we built the club up. And we've had 30 and 40 boys coming up now, and it's been great to see them keep coming.
Mick, honestly, it's a privilege to be in your presence and talk about this, because I know you haven't really spoken about the club from the beginning at all. And I know how much it means to you. When we come up to the club, every person's got a smile on their face, even if they're going through the hardest of routines or the hardest of spars, or they've been beat in a fight, or they've been victorious in a fight. Every single person that comes into your boxing club has a smile. They love being in your presence and in the club itself. What makes the club just that special place?
Well, I treat everybody the same. It doesn't matter what colour they are, what creed they are, or anything. I have travellers, I have Asian boys, I have every nationality under the sun, and I treat them all the same.
Yeah.
If they're 10-year-old or 30-year-old, they just get treated the same. There's nobody gets any special treatment in our club. Amir Khan, who come to me, he says, "Mike," he said, "you treat everybody the same." I don't give he had no more attention than any other kids. I give everybody the same. I look after them all the same. And that's what I've always done.
And you're still doing it. And I mean, I'm sure you don't mind people knowing you're 76, is that right?
No, I'm 79. I'm 80 in March.
You're telling me fibs then.
No.
You've been telling me fibs.
No.
So you're nearly 80 years old.
I'm 80 next March. 27th of March next year, I'll be 80.
Wow. Well, I hope you're having a big party for that.
Well, I'm hoping to. I'm just trying to sort it out.
Well, let's kind of carry on touching about the earlier years in the club. Passed over from your father and your mother to yourself. What made you decide that you were going to be the boxing coach and that you were going to take that on rather than actually being a boxer yourself, maybe?
Uh, well, my father was getting on in age, and we were going to shows before cars before cars were invented.
Wow.
My mum and dad used to go on a motorbike and sidecar,
Right.
and then I started to drive, so I started to take him to shows and everything, and doing the matchmaking. I started doing matchmaking and everything. I mean, we've run lots of shows. We've run shows in the Bury Drill Hall. We've run them in Bury Leisure Centre. We've run them at Radcliffe. Radcliffe. We've run, in lots of different places. We've run shows through the years.
Yeah.
We've had teams from Ireland come over, and we've gone back over to Ireland. They've invited us back to Northern Ireland. I went there when the Troubles were on. And it's lovely to take lads. Oh, I've been in, I don't know how many times and how many countries I've been in, but I've been in a lot.
Quite a few.
A hell of a lot. I've been boxing in Germany. I've been boxing in Denmark, Sweden, Bulgaria. You name them. I've been Russia. I've been all over the world.
Those are amazing experiences.
Yeah.
And for the kids as well, kids that maybe normally wouldn't have even
They'd
walked out the backyard.
When you see, we go down to North Wales and different places, and when kids have never seen sea before sometimes,
Yeah.
on it, and when you take them to Ireland on boat, they think it's wonderful because they've never been out of their own town, and to go and take them away. I mean, Mohammed Ali, I were out with him last weekend, and he mentioned I took him to Bristol when he was about 13-year old, and he'd never been away from home. And he said it was fantastic to come away and, just have a weekend away from
Normality.
And that's what they enjoy,
I mean, it's phenomenal the amount of places you've gone and the experiences that you've given so many kids from all ages as well. You don't just take on young kids; you take on adults, young adults.
Yeah, all different ages. I mean, and we try and we're boxing. I mean, I know it's a hard sport and everything, but if you can develop people, I enjoy when they come to me and say, "Mate, I've just got my cap and gown at university."
Yeah, amazing. I mean, Mick, your career's glittered with awards and recognitions, and rightly so, because people like yourself don't exist in boxing anymore. They're all one or two, and when you finally stop it, which I don't think you ever will, I think that boxing will change because people like yourself have actually shaped how boxing is in the modern day.
Many years ago, I had some parents. We were at YMCA then in Bury, and mother and father come in with this young lad and said, "There's a doctor from Bury General Hospital have said to come here and see if you can help him. He won't go to school. He's shy. He's very, And they said, could you do anything with him? I said, I'll try.
Yeah.
And after a few weeks, he went back to school. He stuck up for himself. And his mother and father said, how have you done that? I said, I've given him self-confidence.
Yeah.
And that's what we try and do. But he was never going to be a boxer. But
doesn't matter, does it?
It doesn't matter about that.
No.
What matters is that young lad has got self-determination to go back to school, stand up for himself.
Yeah. And have a life that perhaps he wouldn't have had.
Correct. Yeah.
And I mean, you're getting emotional, and that just shows how much you care about the kids. And and people in general. And
I'll tell you a little story.
yeah,
We used to have another lad come up, and he come up for about two years,
yeah,
and he said, "When am I going to get a medical card?" I said, "When I think you're ready."
yeah,
Anyway, we got him a medical card, and he boxed, and he did. He did smashing. He won a few, lost a few.
yeah,
But the one thing that we give him, he's got his own business now. He's a wagon driver. He has his own articulated. He has his own, and he goes abroad. And he said, "It's self." He said, "What you did to me," he said, "give me self-confidence." He said, "So I could go out into the world." He said, "And I'm not scared." He said, "Everything now what I've got is because of you."
that's amazing. And I mean, I kind of touched on it before. It just doesn't happen in this modern world anymore. People take kids in from the streets and get them into the gym, but a lot of it now is superficial. It's not done the way you used to do it, and still do it, is it?
No, but we keep trying. We keep trying to do it, and I'll do it as long as I can because it's something that I love.
How many kids do you think over your whole career you've helped?
I, I
Thousands.
yeah, I just can't. I can't. I wouldn't like to put a. I wouldn't like to put a thing on it, because I've had thousands and thousands of young lads for all ages, and like I say, all nationalities.
Yeah.
And see, I was at a wedding a week last Saturday,
You were.
and I'm going to another one. I get invited to weddings, christenings, funerals, everything because everybody wants me to be there when they're having, a social event.
It's because you've changed so many people's lives.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what that's like to feel like that, but it must give you a massive sense of achievement.
It does. Yeah, because you're meeting people who you might not have seen for 10 years.
Yeah.
And they'll ring you up and say, "My daughter's getting married. Will you come to me?" Well,
It's brilliant. There's a lot of free booze there, Mick. A lot of free booze.
well, it's nice food and all.
So, Mick, let's talk about some of the lads that have surpassed the expectations in the gym and have gone on to be national champions, amateur champions, and even into the professional ranks. Give us an overview of how well they've done and who you've had.
Well, one of my first boys that I ever had, he won the national schoolboy title twice.
Yeah.
And then he got picked to go to Russia. Ricky Hatton was still come over. We took a team to Russia.
Yeah.
And the team that we took to Russia, it's the first time we beat the Russian schools. I think we beat them 6-4 in the first bouts we had with them, and then we boxed again against Russia again a few days later.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the score were then, but it's the first time English schools have beat Russia in Russia.
Probably the first time anybody had beat Russia in Russia.
And out of all the lads that went over to Russia from England, most of them, either Ricky become a world champion.
Yeah.
We had a lad from London. He fought for a world title. There were another lad from Manchester. He was a British champion. There were about 6 or 7 of them lads all turned professional and all become good professionals.
Wow. I mean, that's a fantastic accolade, and
I'll tell you a little story about Ricky.
Well, there are a few knocking around.
When we were there at 10 o'clock at night, we stayed in it was like this place was an hospital at one time, and then they changed it into a sports where sports people went training and everything.
Right, training facility.
And at 10 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
they used to have a disco in the woods.
Why does this sound like it's
And
going to be a Ricky story?
and in the woods at 10 o'clock we went in and they're playing records.
Yeah.
On one of the records were Tommy Steele's Half a Sixpence.
Right.
So Ricky rung his mum up and said, "Can you hear this?" And this is this is the music they're playing for a disco in the middle of the woods. That was just one of the laughs that we had over there.
I bet you've had quite a few laughs over the years.
Well, the Russian heavyweight who beat Leopold Stevenson,
Yeah.
he come to meet us when we were over there, and we all sat round. There'd be about 100 people sat round on a big table.
Yeah.
And what we had to do, everybody had to tell a story.
Right.
And the interpreter, if it were an Englishman telling a story, the interpreter would do it into Russian so the Russian people could understand.
Yeah.
And then when a Russian person told a story, he transferred it into English so we could understand the story.
So the translator could have been taking the piss.
Well, yeah, but it were good. It were a laugh.
Yeah. I bet it was hilarious. So you've had success. You've been all over the world with your boxers. There's obviously one we want to ask you about, of course, young Amir. Tell us about a young Amir when he came to you. How did you find Amir and how did that relationship develop?
Well, actually, I didn't find him. He found me.
Okay.
What happened? I was in Rochdale and he boxed. He was boxing for Bolton Lads Club. And I watched him fight, and actually he lost the fight. And I thought, well, that's a good little lad. He's got plenty of heart.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going a few weeks later, his dad come into the club. He said, I've been advised to come and see you.
Right.
Somebody said, well, and he couldn't find the club. And then he tried again, and he found it.
Yeah.
And he come in and he started. And I don't know if you've ever read his book, his first book that he wrote.
Yeah.
But it'll tell you all the laughs and different things that we've had together. Because their family treats me like one of theirs.
They do.
And I go to all a few weeks. I'm going back about 4 or 5 weeks. I went to his youngest sister's wedding in Bolton.
Yeah.
I've been to all the weddings of all the family, Harry's and everybody. I mean, Harry went to he went to India and won a silver medal in the Commonwealth Games, but he boxed for Pakistan because England didn't pick him.
Right.
But he beat the English lad over there, which they were upset about.
I should imagine they were.
That's
serves them right for not picking him.
Well, that's it. We've had a few arguments with different people through the years, but that's how it goes.
That's not like you, Mick.
I mean, they weren't going to pick Amir to go to go in qualifiers for Olympics.
Why not?
Well, what we said, well, we'll go with Pakistan if you don't pick him, because they said, well, he's too young, he's 17. I said, well, you're allowed to go in him at 17. I said, other countries put lads in at 17.
Yeah.
But I said, in England, your thing were 19-year-olds.
Right.
But after Amir had been in Olympic Games, they had to bring it back down to 17.
So they changed the age grade?
They changed the age.
Just for Amir?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How special was he? Did you know he was special?
Well, he went in for... The year before, he won Boys Club Championships, Junior Championships. He won 3 championships that year, and they didn't pick him. They picked him to go to Mini Olympics in America.
Right.
But they didn't pick him to go to World Championships, Junior World Championships.
Yeah.
And when we were in America, they were all saying, why didn't he go to the World Championships? I said, because they didn't send him. So anyway, when he qualified for the Olympics in Bulgaria,
Yeah.
he was still a junior, and
Okay.
the world championships in China were coming up, and he said, I want to go. He said, I want to box in them.
Right.
So me and his dad went to Sheffield, and sat round the table for 2 hours arguing, and they said no, he's not going to World Juniors. I said, you didn't pick him last year. I said, he wants to go. I said, and the reason why I want him to go, I said, because he'll never be a junior again after this year, so he'll never get that chance to go.
So they were going to take the chance away from him.
They weren't going to let him go. And I said, right, there was a shrink there from Abbott Yachting at Sailing.
Yeah.
And he kept saying to me, Mick, do you not understand that they said he can't go, he might get injured? I said he could walk out of this building tonight and get run over by a bus.
Yeah.
I said, he wants to go and win that junior world championships.
Yeah.
I said, anyway, we've argued for 2 hours. I said, now I'm going home. I said, actually, we're not going home. I said, we're going to Preston because he's going to get an award at our AGM meeting. I said, now, tomorrow, ring me up, tell me where he's got to meet to go to World Championships on Friday. I forget what day it was, but
yeah.
they were flying out Friday. Anyway, I said, ring me up at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and tell me. So I got home from work. My wife said, they've been on to you. Ian Irwin's phoned me up saying he's not going. I said, what did you tell Ian Irwin? She said, I told him to ring you at 3 o'clock. So he rung me at 3 o'clock.
Right.
And he said, he's not going. I said, well, I've got some bad news for you. He's not going to Olympics. He said, what do you mean? I said, if he doesn't go to them Junior World Championships,
wow,
I'm not going to let him go to Olympics. So they phoned me up 10 minutes later and said, be at Heathrow at 9 o'clock Friday morning, and he's going. Now he went there. I didn't go with him to over there.
No.
His dad went. His dad rung me every day. He won every fight over there. There were 300 contestants. He got the best boxer of the tournament, and he won the gold medal.
And they weren't going to let him go.
And they weren't going to let him go.
Wow.
And I said to him, there you are. I said, you'll get lottery funding because he's won the gold medal over there. I said, and you don't even say thank you to me.
And they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's... I don't know what to say. I mean, no one argues with Mick Jelley, to be fair.
Well, it's upsetting sometimes because you don't want to argue with people. All you want is a fair crack of the whip, and sometimes you don't get it, and you've got to shout. I've done a lot of things in my life that I've been upset about, which I shouldn't have done. But if I hadn't have done it, years ago, I'd no club. We'd moved. We kept moving from club to club to club, and for 2 years, I hadn't got a club, and I was going round every building in town. I saw the councillors. I seen everybody, and they all said to me, "You're doing well. Keep going." I said, I'm fed up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I come home from work one day. I said to my wife, I'm going to get a building today. She said, how are you going to do that? And I went to the police station. And I knocked on, the sergeant come.
Yeah.
I said, I need to see the head person in this building. He said, give me 10 minutes and I'll be back. Anyway, he said, right. He said, come up and see the gentleman. I went up. He said, what's to do, Mr. Jelley? I said, I've been looking for a building for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm fed up of talking to people and asking. I said, now, I found a building. I said, but the council say it's uninhabitable. I said, but I want that building.
Yeah.
Said, where is it? I said, it's in Willow Street. I said, now, I said, if I don't get the building, I said, I'm going to put a brick through your town hall every week.
Mick!
And this sergeant said, you can't say that. I said, watch my lips. I said, I will put a brick through your town hall every week. I said, now, I don't like saying it.
No.
I said, but that building, I want it for the kids. I said, I know it's derelict. I said, but I'm willing to put it. I said, we're willing to
do it
up and make it okay for kids.
Yeah.
He said, how long have I got to get the building before you put the brick through down hall? He said, I'm having a meeting next Friday. He had the meeting.
Yeah.
I had the keys within 3 days.
Oh my God.
And it's the first time that Bury Town Council, that's the Labour, Conservative, Green Party, every party there were, it's the first time in the history of Bury Town Council that everybody put their hand up and said, yes, he can have it.
Wow.
I said, well, that's the first.
I'll tell you what, mate, they're all scared now everywhere of you. I mean, it just goes to show the lengths that you'll go to making sure that the kids have got somewhere to go.
Well, that's all we want. My mother used to run a girls' concert party. She used to go to all the old people's homes and hospitals and everything.
Yeah.
And she had nowhere to teach. She had to do it in our front room or in our garage.
Right.
Because there was no room, And this is what's wrong with people. You've got like leisure centre now in Bury and everything, but they want such. Eddie Lewis, one of my ex-boxers, went to Bury, to the, what's it called? Leisure centre. It's £2,500 to hire it for the night now.
Wow.
Plus, if you put a bar on, they want you to buy all the thing and give them 30%. So we said, we won't be running one here.
Okay, I mean, you've had some fun and games at Bury ABC. We've spoken about Amir. There are a couple of other lads that have gone on and become world champions and professional boxers. We've got Ibrahim Nadeem, who we'll talk about in a second. But another world champion to your name, of course, is Mr. Scott Quigg, who we all know very well. He's a good friend of ours. Legs it when there's a camera. So tell us a little bit about Scott when he came to you.
Well, Scott, come when he was 16-year-old, and he won the national title after 7 fights.
He was a kickboxer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did kickboxing, and then he come to me, and he was Scott. Then he went to Colliers with Pat Barrett and turned professional, and then he moved over from Pat to
Bolton.
Yeah, to
Joe. It was over with Joe Gallagher.
Joe Gallagher, yeah. He moved over to Joe then, and he won a world title with Joe. I mean, the lads, he were a fantastic trainer, and that's what. That's one of the things that he trained. He was fantastic.
Yeah, and he still does it now. He's still training his boxers. I know he's over in Dubai doing a little bit, and he's got great grounding because he's obviously learned from yourself and Joe Gallagher as well. Of course. Ibrahim Nadeem, our good friend. He's I think he's 10-1 now. He's over with Ricky Hatton, up in that gym learning his craft. Ibby's a great amateur, wasn't he?
Yeah, he won schoolboy titles, junior titles. He won the ABA title in Manchester. I was a bit worried that day because he was boxing a lad from where the Granville Towers come down.
Yeah.
And he was they had the gym under Granville Towers.
Right.
And I thought, hang on. Anyway, he won the ABA title. Now his cousin, he won the ABA title before him.
Yeah. Who's his cousin?
His cousin is Muhammad Ali.
Right. Not the Muhammad Ali.
No, same name.
Yeah. I wonder who he was named after.
And he won the ABA title. The first person I had to win an ABA title was a girl,
Was
Sarah
it?
Dunn. Yeah,
What was her name?
Sarah Dunn.
Sarah Dunn.
Yeah, she won ABA title. That was my first. I've only ever had 3 ABA champions. Sarah was the first one, Muhammad Ali was the second one, and Ibby was the third one. I've had hundreds of schoolboy champions. I've had hundreds of junior champions. But they are the only 3 ABA champions that I've ever had.
But it's not easy to win an ABA championship.
No. Amir didn't win an ABA championship.
Wow. So it just goes to show the level you really have to be at.
Well, he didn't go in because he was 17 when he went to Olympics, and then he turned professional 2 years after. When he came back, I think it was about 18 months before he turned professional. Then he turned pro.
Right. Well, listen, I mean, it's good to hear about all the names. As we touched on before, you've helped so many kids. You spoke about the lad who's got a haulage company now. Is there anybody else that comes to mind that hasn't necessarily even gone that far, but you've just changed their lives back to a normal life?
I have a lad who lives in Bristol. He's a millionaire now. He's the main person for Dyson. He's the
Hoover people.
Yeah, he's the main person.
Other good Hoovers available, by the way.
But all these lads come at his brother when his brother come to see me. Just at Christmas. My wife was ill.
Yeah. Take your time, mate. Take your time.
Now, he lived in Bristol. His brother, he used to box for me and all.
Yeah.
But he come, he bought flowers.
Yeah.
A bottle of champagne for me.
Nice. Food. You like a food as well, don't you?
Yeah. But it's it's nice that
people still remember you.
Yeah.
I mean, we've known each other many, many years, and we'll have an argument in a minute. And you know what about? Because when we were in Las Vegas at Amir's fight against Madiana, there was me and another friend, and we bumped into you.
Yeah.
And the person I was with had a boxing glove signed by Joe Calzaghe and a couple of others, and we're going to get it signed by Amir and so on. And we said, come on, Mick, let's go and get some food. And I think we were in the Luxor Hotel at the time. And we went in and sat down. Now, me and you are going to have an argument about this.
Yeah.
Because I swear to this day that Floyd Mayweather and his posse walked in, sat down, and we're like, got to get that glove signed by Mayweather. And you went and got up and went over and got it signed, which you did. But you say it wasn't Mayweather.
It weren't.
Who was it?
It was.
You can't remember because it was Mayweather.
No, it weren't. I'll put my life on it.
Oh, don't do that, Mick.
I'm honest. It weren't Mayweather. I've got Mayweather's father's signature for Colin.
Yeah.
That's the only time. I've never got Mayweather's signature. The lad who you were thinking of he boxed him. What's it called? What's that big?
The MGM.
No, not the MGM. Begins with a P.
We were at the Mirage. Then there's
No. We stopped there.
in Vegas.
No, it's next to Luxor.
The Luxor.
Next door.
The Aladdin.
No.
There's the Aladdin, the Mirage, and
No.
it might have been called something else then, though.
Begins with a P.
I don't know.
You know it.
Probably do.
It's next to Luxor's there, and it's next door.
Yeah, that's the Aladdin.
No, it's not.
I'm going to have to Google that. But he was staying there anyway.
Yeah, I was stopping there then, and we were in. There was a cafe.
Yeah.
I can remember going in because it was his son's birthday. They were having a birthday party
Right.
in there. And
Yeah.
when I walked in, they said it's Amir's amateur coach,
Right.
and they weren't going to sign it. I said, listen,
That's right.
I said it's not for me. I said it's for a friend outside. I said get it signed, and they signed it. But it were, oh,
We swear it was Mayweather.
no, it weren't. It weren't Mayweather. I can honestly tell you that it weren't. He was boxed. He boxed that kid.
He did.
He didn't box Mayweather.
No,
I mean, he
didn't
didn't
he?
box
Right.
Mayweather. He boxed this lad who I got this autograph from. But that's who I got it.
I'm never going to win, am I?
No, I'm being honest. It definitely.
But do you know the one thing that struck me is doesn't matter wherever you go in the world, and obviously our media channel, Ringwalk Media 12, we get to go all over the world. We're very lucky and privileged to be able to follow all the boxing matches, big and small, whether it's in this country or overseas. We ever speak to anybody about Mick Jelley, everybody knows you. And everybody has such good words to say about you. That's no what's the word? You just can't buy that.
Well, I've met a lot of people
You have.
through my life.
They're probably all scared because you're going to throw bricks through the windows.
No. I've had a lot of arguments with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But we always make up. And we're all because we're passionate about what we're doing. And,
Yeah.
I've nearly come to fisticuffs with a few people, but we don't. Well, we're very passionate. I had a lad a few years ago.
Yeah.
And he boxed a lad from up northeast, and this lad had never been beaten.
No.
I think he'd had 29 fights and won 29 fights.
Blimey.
And he fought one of my lads, Muhammad Ali's brother.
Right.
And my lad won. And it kicked off. It kicked off in the audience because they brought a lot of supporters down.
Yeah.
We had a lot of supporters. So it kicked off. So we got put in front of Boyd and said, I said, well, it's not me and the lad, his coach. I said, we can't stop the audience from doing what they're doing.
It's not your fault, is it?
It's not my fault. I said, and this kid, I took him over to Ireland, and we took a team over there.
Yeah.
And he boxed a lad over there and beat him good and proper. And then my lad got picked to go to the World Championships.
Yeah.
And he went home from club on the Thursday night, and he had a headache.
Right.
They rushed him off to Jimmy's in Leeds.
Yep.
And he had to do an operation on his skull.
Brain operation.
Brain operation. And he's never boxed since.
Sad.
Now, that lad from Ireland went to World Championships and won the gold medal. And,
what could have been?
Yeah. So it's upsetting when he was a talented boy.
Yeah.
I think he was more talented than Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
They were both fantastic. His younger brother.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes. That's life.
So listen, all of these people, all of these kids, all this effort, you haven't quite done it on your own.
No.
You've had a trusted ally in Colin.
Yeah.
Tell us about Colin, because
Well,
Colin's a character, isn't he?
Colin worked with me. We worked at Transparent Paper Mill
Right.
for many years. And we just got talking one year.
Yeah.
And he said he used to go to Hardwick Lads Club
Right.
when he was younger. So I said, well, come up to the club and start giving me a lift.
Yeah.
So he started coming. And wherever we go now, he's my co-pilot because he's on sat nav.
Yeah.
He's watching that. I'm driving, and that's how we get from A to B.
Well, I tell you what, anybody who's ever seen you and Colin together, it's just like Morecambe and Wise.
Well,
It's hilarious.
Yeah, we've been together for a long time, and it's great to have. And I've had lots of other people out. See, when you run a club and you've got 30 or 40 lads coming in, you need lots of help.
Yeah.
You can't do it on your own. You need help. When they're sparring, you need help. It's a group of people that keep the club going. It's not just me and Colin. It's other people.
Yeah.
Without them, we just couldn't keep going. Everybody helps a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what's good.
But they want to.
Yeah, and well, they enjoy it. It gives them something to do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some lads' parents get bored. They and it's time out for them. And they enjoy coming down and helping.
I mean, I've helped you out a little bit
Yeah.
over the last few years, and the reason we've done that is because my lad was having a tough time. He'd been quite a high level at football, in his younger life, and he'd only ever done football. And when he came to you, he was quite a big lad.
Yeah.
And you said, yeah, just get him on the bags and get him hitting. And I mean, he's 18 now, and he was 11 when he came to you. 7 years later, he's 6 foot tall, fit, healthy. He's not boxing anymore, but he's only recently given that up and still goes to the gym. He's doing a bit of kickboxing now, but he's a good young man. At the time when he came to you, and especially down the lockdown times as well, if it wasn't for the gym and the support that he'd got from the gym, I know that my lad would be struggling now. So from a personal point of view, I can't thank you enough, because you've given my lad a life he wouldn't have. So I know firsthand what you do for other people, and it's so, so important. And I hope that when you do pack it in, which probably is going to be never, that somebody else can come along and try and continue it. It won't ever be the same as you've done it, but at least they've got that heart and that burning desire. Some of the people that are coming into the gym now and helping you, like you mentioned, the parents, some other coaches that hopefully they take a little bit of what you've given to people, because that'll make boxing a better place.
Yeah. But we'll have to wait and see. See, I've had lots of coaches. What upsets me a little bit is you get people saying, I want to go on a coaching course.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, I'll send you on one.
Yeah.
You send them on one, and then 6 months later,
they've gone.
You don't see them again.
Yeah.
So you think, and that upsets you a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Not as queer as folk, mate, is it?
No. And see, a lot of amateur boxing clubs all over the country, and this goes on in every club I know. You'll always get people trying to stab you in the back. You always get people trying to take over. They all think they can do it better than you can.
Yeah.
And I've had that 2 or 3 times. And I've had to say, well, there's a door there, and if you don't get through it in a minute, I'll put you through it, because I'm just not having.
And then I'll throw bricks through your windows.
It's not nice when people come and stab you back and talk behind you.
But that happens, I guess, in any sport, and it's not.
Yeah, because they all think they can do it better than you can. But when you chuck the ball into their court, I mean, they'll say this and that. I'll say, you do it matchmaking now, and then they go, oh, no.
Yeah, all talk.
It's all right, people saying they can do it better than you. Let them come and have a go.
I'll tell you what, I'm struggling here with a cough. Would you mind passing me one of them hypes? Because I need a little bit of energy.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I'm very grateful to Hype, of course, for sponsoring this. This isn't a blatant plug. I really do have a frog in my throat, as you well know. I've been trying to hide the coughing. Now, listen, I'm going to talk about modern day boxing in a minute, but obviously 60 years doing this, you've been very lucky to be recognised by quite a lot of people. And you've got some awards, and I'd like to see them actually, because these haven't been seen by anybody apart from when you won them. So let's have a little look. You've got a BBC award here, haven't you? Let's hold it up and have a look.
I got that, and
Turn it round, Mick, so we can see it. There you go.
that was in Manchester at the Hilton Hotel. I got that with the football.
Football player. Oh, Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, me and Sam, we both got this between us.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, when I was there, I got up on the stage to give a speech.
Yeah.
And
it's heavy, that.
The person said to me, well, what do you think of Amir like? Because, you know, how did you train him?
Yep.
I said, he was like a dog. And everybody was shocked.
Right.
They said, how do you mean he was like a dog? I said, well, it was easy to train. I said, like a boxer dog.
Right.
I said, if you pat him, I said, he did as he was told.
Yeah.
I said, so everything was easy. He was
simple.
Was simple to train, you know, and they were shocked at me saying,
yeah,
it was like a dog, because Asian people are not really,
not
particularly like dogs.
Dog friendly.
I said, you know, but I said that's how he is. I said he's so easy. He does as he's told. I said he listens to what you tell him.
Yeah.
I said if I tell him to run away when he's in a fight, he'll run away. I said if I tell him to go and knock all the hell out of him, he'll go and knock. I said he does as he's told, and that's why he become. All the officials were all over the world, wherever he went. Yep. Everybody wanted the photograph of him.
Yeah.
Didn't matter whether they're from Italy, America, you name it, China. They all liked him because he was a likeable person.
And everyone still does.
Yeah. He's a character.
Look at his appearance in I'm a Celebrity when he sneaked off and ate the strawberries.
Well,
you bet you were chuckling when he did that.
Oh well, that's him. But I got on with his father. Like we're like brothers. They treat me as one of the family, and it's lovely. I go round to the house regularly and have a meal with them and everything, and it's just nice to keep in contact with all the people that you know.
The fact that they value you is endearing. It's lovely to hear.
It is.
And show us a few more then, because that's a heavy one. So put that one down. What else have you won, Mick?
Now I got this on the pitch at Bolton when Bolton played.
Hold it up a little bit, Mick, if you can.
What's it called? Chelsea.
Right.
When Bolton played Chelsea, Chelsea won the
cup.
Yeah, no,
the Premier League.
Premier League that day when they beat Bolton, and after the match, we went. Me and my wife, we were having tea with Bramovich, Sven Eriksson, Sam Allardyce, not everybody. We all had a meal after the match, and at half time, they took me on the field and presented me with the Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And there's not many people got that.
No.
It's a very
prestigious award.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's give you a massive sense of achievement to win something like
that. It's very, very nice to have.
And you've got one more sat there, I can see.
Yeah. Well,
actually, I can see a sideball full, but these are the three that come to mind.
I've got a lot more, but I'm not going to get it all out.
We'll be here forever.
Well, I'm doing a talk tomorrow, and I've got more photographs. Yeah. Our old club, not where we are now, but I used to have photographs all it, all round the building.
Yeah.
There were thousands of photographs, and people miss them. And I have boxing evening newses from 1945.
Wow.
I've got everything. Now this award that I've got here, this is uh, the Freeman of Bury. I think there's 34 of us. What a Freeman of Bury. Uh, and they presented me with this. And when I did a speech after I got it, I said, I just brought it up that I said, thanks for giving us the building when I.
When you were going to throw the bricks through the
and
windows.
they all give me a good clap. And I said, well, that's lovely to have it. And I really think a lot about it.
Yeah, and so you should. So you should. It's a massive accolade and very well deserved from my point of view.
There's a few people. Neville brothers, one have got it. What's the comedian, the lady?
There's a few.
Really famous. She's got a statue in Bury.
I can't remember. Oh, Victoria Wood.
Victoria Woods has got it. There's a lot of people,
and so have you.
What's he called? Who did the Olympics from Radcliffe?
Oh,
Jimmy Boyle.
Jimmy Boyle, yeah.
Jimmy Boyle, he's got it. Yeah.
Wow. Danny Boyle.
Danny Boyle.
Danny Boyle.
Danny. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
And it's lovely to, because I get invited to, like at Christmas dances or anything. I get letters through to it. I'm going.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going in a few weeks' time. I think I get invited to all the things that's happening in Bury. So
yeah.
I go to them all, like Cenotaph. I'm at Cenotaph when
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really nice.
Well, and very well deserved and well earned as well. I mean, it's fantastic that you're recognised, and so you should be. So, listen, modern day boxing. I know you're not particularly a massive lover of modern day boxing. You're more of an amateur man. But what do you think of the state of boxing now?
Well, see, the thing is, it's all about money.
Yeah.
And and I can't blame anybody for they've got that's their living, that's what they know, so that they want to make as much out of the sport as they possibly can. Like I said, I've never been a lover of professional boxing, but a lot of my lads have turned for it. I've got about 7 or 8 lads now who are all proing, and they always invite me to all the fights and everything.
Yeah, they do.
And it's lovely to go and see them, but boxing to me, it's all about, if you can sell tickets, you can be worst boxer in the world, but you'll be on every bill, because if you can sell 500 tickets, you're going to be on that bill and you'll win. And that's what I don't like about it. I'd rather watch 2 young kids at 12-year-old enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And that's where I get my love of boxing, is to watch a young kid go in the ring and enjoy and achieve something, and he can, and it gives him self-confidence. That's what I like about it. He's a kid getting, he might be a shy kid. I mean, I used to have a lad years ago. He was a real good lad. Neil Stansfield, they were called.
Right.
He reached 2 national finals. He got beat in the boys club final, and he got beat in the junior finals. But he was at school. They made him the head boy at Elton Council Secondary Modern School. And when he won the Daily Mail Award for boxing.
Yeah.
And a gentleman from Manchester, which was Mr. Anderson, who was the chief inspector of Manchester.
Yep.
He come to the school to present the trophy to him.
Yeah.
So they painted all white lines up Walsher Road.
Right.
And they'd done all the front of the school. They'd had it all painted and resprayed. And when he come, he didn't go in the front door, he went in the back door.
No.
So all that work, what we'd done, all the kids at the school said, Mick, we've had all school done, but
he's gone in the back.
He's going back door.
Oh, no way.
Now, if you ever knew Mr. Anderson, I used to have a beard, a big black beard years ago.
I've seen it. I've seen pictures.
Right. Now, Mr. Anderson, when he met me, his secretary said, hello, Mick. And Mr. Anderson looked at his secretary, this gentleman, and he knew me because we used to go dancing at Bolton Valley.
Yeah.
And he was shocked like to knew that I knew him. Anyway, a few weeks later, I was at a fair, a garden fair, a school fair up Bolton Road, and Mr. Anderson come to open the fair.
Yeah.
And he had a big black beard. He grew one. He grew one like mine.
Copied you.
He copied me. And actually, he was on the school's committee. He was the president of the school's committee and all. But he was a nice gentleman. He sent me £200 when we were doing.
So he's a very nice gentleman.
When we were doing the bollards up, he sent £200 to help with the cost of building the building, which was very nice. Because all the lads said it should have been in there, not in the school. It should have been in the bowl across the road.
Mick, it's amazing to hear your stories and talk to you about your experiences, and I feel very privileged and blessed to be able to have these conversations with you, because I know you don't speak to very many people. You're quite a private person. So I want to say thank you for having us and trusting us. Thanks to our sponsors, of course, Hype Energy, for helping make this happen.
Yeah.
I guess I want to finish on a thank you, because from all the kids that you've ever helped, from all the people that you've ever helped, and I say that from a personal side as well, this world wouldn't be good for thousands of people if it wasn't for the efforts of yourself. So from us to you, thank you, because sometimes people don't say thank you and mean it, but we do.
Thank you.
So listen, Mick Jelley, congratulations on an amazing career. I know you're never going to stop. And I look forward to dodging a few bricks coming over the top.
No. Everybody knows me. I've had lots of arguments with lots of people, but no. Now Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
He went in the championships, junior championships.
Yeah.
And the first round was in Manchester, and nobody had fight him. He got a walkover.
It's too good.
So I said he should have a medal. He's still he's still, because nobody had fight him, he should get a medal.
Yeah.
Same as everybody else who were the Greater Manchester champion. Now, the gentleman there weren't going to give him one. I said, well, you're going to give him one, because, and I kicked off a little bit. But I'm only sticking up for my kids, and he deserved that, because he became the British champion that year. But he should get the same as every other kid, and they were trying to bypass it. You know what I mean?
And that goes back and brings us to a very good end with your ethos of you treat everybody exactly the same.
Yeah, everybody should be treated the same, And I mean, I've had rows with judges and officials. And,
why does that not surprise me?
But I'm only sticking up for the sport and for the kids because all I want is a fair crack of the whip.
Well, what you've got to remember is us saying thank you is because your kids are also our kids.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm sticking up for everybody's kids. You know what I mean?
we do.
And
Listen.
like I said, my wife.
Yeah. Your wife was, I know it's a particularly tough subject.
She was secretary.
She was. She was the secretary of the club for years and years and years.
She had to answer telephone.
Yeah.
All the time.
Day and night.
Yeah.
I remember getting phone calls from you at 11 o'clock at night. Can you fight tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's dealing with that.
She did everything.
She did.
Oh, fantastic.
Listen, for those who don't know, sadly Mick's wife passed away. We want to leave this podcast with a tribute to her. We wish you all the very happiness in the world and all the health in the world, Mick. We want to say thank you very much for letting us in and talking about your experiences. There are a lot of people that will be absolutely chuckling, and you definitely are an unsung hero.
Thank you.
Mick Jelley, thank you very much.
Thank you.